Right, well, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen to order for the City of Natchez. Pleasure to see everyone tonight. And I'd like to ask everyone, if you would, to please stand for a word of prayer to be followed by our pledge. Let us pray together. Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given us. Even in the heat, we know it's a beautiful day because every day you've created is a day worthy of praise. This is the day the Lord has created, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And Father, we are grateful now that we can come to this hour where we can discuss issues important to the citizens of Natchez. Father, be with us as we make these discussions, deliberations. Let everything we do and say be pleasing in your sight. We thank you for those who have served our community, who are represented here tonight, our first responders. Father, just be with them in every step of every moment of their day, yes, keeping them safe as they go to and fro. And we thank you for their service to our community. And now it is in the name of your Son we pray. Amen. Amen. Let us now repeat together our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll ask the clerk to administer the roll call.
Alderwoman Hall. Here. Alderman Frazier.
Here.
Alderwoman Smith. Here. Alderwoman Irving.
Here.
Alderman Davis.
Here.
Alderman Maroney.
Here.
Mr. Mayor, all are present and accounted for.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. We will now, we're going to do something before we have our public hearing. We have an individual here that we are honoring tonight who has served the city a long, long time. And I don't want to have him sit here through a meeting when he has earned his retirement after many, many years. And I'm looking right at him. He knows who I'm talking about. 32 years? Man, you must have started when you were 15. Golly. I'm going to ask members of the board to join me. We actually have others that we want to honor, but we had some conflicts. Individuals out of town couldn't be here tonight. But Ben Hewitt, you're here tonight with your lovely bride, Sylvia. If you would, please come forward. And I'm going to ask members of the board to come and join us. You know, it's not every day that you get to recognize someone who has worn a uniform for over 3 decades. And that's exactly what Ben Hewitt has done. He has served our community the last few years as commander, which is the highest ranking officer below the chief. And he has worn the uniform with pride. He has made us proud. He has absolutely honored his oath to serve and protect, and he has brought real favor to the city of Natchez by his selfless service. He has been out there day and night, weekends, parades, parties. When the rest of us are sometimes at home asleep, and hopefully, Sylvia, you've been home asleep, having peace that he's going to return in one piece, and he has. Yeah. And you've been such a faithful wife and supportive spouse all these years. I understand you now are entering into a wonderful new career of doing everything that Sylvia asked you to do.
The list is that long.
Only? And also, how many grandchildren?
3.
3.
Enjoying every bit of it.
And what are their ages?
3 and 2.
Oh, that's
2
great.
boys and a girl.
That's wonderful. We're so happy for you, Commander Hewitt.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, we have something here. If I can get it where I can read it. There we go. It's interesting. Here we go. In appreciation of your 32 years of hard work and dedicated service to the city of Natchez, from September the 10th, 1993 to June the 30th, 2026. And this is presented to Benjamin Hewitt, Police Commander, and we are just so grateful for your service. And we'll take a picture real quick, and then we're going to have some other words, I'm sure. We'll take a picture real quick.
Let me say this right quick before we take a picture.
All right. Well, we'll have speeches first. How about that?
This is nice, but I think he should have a shadow box. Something that you can mount on the wall with your badge and your years of service and working on it. This is what he needs. Like you say, this gentleman here came up through hard times. He came up when the old police department was there, and he came into the new police department. And everything that he got, he deserved it. Did nobody give him nothing? He worked hard for it.
I appreciate that.
He used to work for me, but like I say, everything that he got, he deserved. He went through trials and tribulations. 32 years, that's a long time. Like you say, you went from a teenager to an old man. He had hair then.
We had hair. About 20 pounds lighter too.
Congratulations.
Alderman Davis.
He was my first supervisor when I first joined the police department. And you was talking about talking. When you go in his briefing at the last hour, he can talk. He can talk. Yeah, but I enjoyed it with him though. Yeah, we had some good times though. And hey, good luck on your the rest of your I never thought you were gonna retire. To be honest.
It was time.
Yeah, it was time.
I feel like Lee has a department in good hands, and it's just wonderful to see the things he's done. And it was just, I feel comfortable with that. And I'm just confident.
All right.
Not that you wrote me off, but he's done a good job. I think they're going in a good direction.
We're going to ask our police chief to come stand with us as we take this picture. I didn't even realize he was there. Any others who'd like to share some words?
I would like to. It's been great working with him since he had his new endeavors and he was taking care of all the events in the city of Natchez. I came looking for you this year as well to inform you about the minor beer jubilee and the other events, and they go, he's no longer here, he's retired. I'm like, really? So congratulations and thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
And it's been a pleasure working with you.
Oh, it was. That's one of the things I miss is working with the people.
Yes,
And,
yes.
Curtis,
Yeah, we,
this will be the first year I'll sit there and watch them.
You're a little right.
I think we ran 21 Mardi Gras parades together. I don't know what I'm gonna do next
Wow.
year. And quite a few Christmas parades too.
I never got a chance to enjoy it.
Yeah, you will now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on a float.
I just want to say I appreciate you staying the course. It's not only difficult because you have different leadership within the police department over 31 years.
Oh, yeah.
You have different leadership on this board within 31 years, but you've always stayed the course and made that your commitment to the police, to the safety of the community, and so thank you so very
I
much.
appreciate it. If you love what you do,
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you love what you've done, and you've always been there for any of us when we want to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Commander.
No,
Enjoyed
thank
working
y'all.
with you.
That's one of the things I'm gonna
Several years.
miss. I had the privilege and the honor to work with all of y'all. And it's been a great ride. Great ride. That's one of the things I miss is working with you.
No, that's very nice.
Chief Bass,
Words, we talk almost once a week, so, I appreciate the trust that you're putting in us
Oh, it's
that
wonderful.
the wheels won't come off and carry the torch.
I think you're doing a great
I
job.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Appreciate everything.
Well, we're going to get a picture here. Is Alderman Fraser? There you go. Making sure.
She worked hard that first month. I stayed home and she went to work. It felt weird. But once you get back out there.
You know, we see so many in uniform tonight, and we just appreciate all of you and what you do. I think we've got something else planned, another presentation, but I gotta give you something because you may decide you need to travel or something and take that with you. And we've got this.
Tell him right to the chick.
I know. And so this will come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That'd be
can,
great.
yeah, you can take this on the road with you and
But there's I love you all, I share it with you.
listen, seriously. We will always cherish the memories of working with you.
I do too.
And we miss you already. We do. And thank you.
Thank y'all for everything.
Thank you. God bless.
Y'all go mow the grass.
It's God bless.
She wanted me to come here and cut it for free. I said, no. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. And y'all, we'll stay here. We're gonna do something else. And y'all give Sylvia a hand because as a police spouse. Okay.
We're gonna go, that's okay with you.
All right. Yeah, hey, we're on your time.
Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank y'all so
Y'all
much.
also, I'm going to ask, Chief Bess, you wanted to make a presentation tonight, something that is really quite it's quite an achievement, and Tim Houghton is here with AMR. It is evidence of our officers being on call and never knowing when there'll be a life or death situation. So Mr. Houghton, if you want to come and make the presentation.
Right. Look, I'd like to start by saying, you know, I can't tell you how proud I am of all of our officers and staff, as you should be, of the Natchez Police Department. These men and women are training harder and working harder than they ever have to provide a service to this community. That service, of course, is public safety. On occasion, an officer's actions go beyond the call of duty. Officers are faced daily with decisions that can affect lives and ultimately save lives. On July 6, 2026, Officer Londale Minor was faced with one of those decisions. Officer Minor was dispatched to a call of an unresponsive person sitting in a vehicle on the Natchez Bluff. Upon arrival, Officer Minor was met with a host of worried family and friends. Without distraction or hesitation, Officer Minor began performing life-saving measures and administering CPR until American Medical Response Emergency Service could arrive. AMR transported the person to the hospital, and later that day, Officer Minor was able to go to the hospital and talk to him. It is without a doubt and affirmed by AMR that that person would likely not be with us today had Officer Minor not performed life-saving measures. Because of those actions, AMR Chief Tim Houghton has a presentation for Officer Minor.
Awesome.
So anytime we have a cardiac arrest save, we always try to acknowledge people that led to a successful save prior to our arrival. As everyone in this room may or may not know, effective CPR prior to an ambulance with a paramedic actually stepping by that patient's side is absolutely the deciding factor in a potentially positive outcome. Your actions that day developed into what was a positive outcome for a citizen that otherwise would not have been. So we would like to give you a cardiac arrest save award, and the name of the award is Service Beyond Self. I think that statement stands on its own, but it's for extraordinary life-serving efforts and clinical excellence resulting in a successful cardiac arrest save. Your actions exemplify the highest standards of teamwork, compassion, and dedication to the public. In grateful recognition of a life saved and a job exceptionally well done. There's your certificate, and I'm going to say a little bit more. There's a lifesaver's pin. You'll have to talk with your chief about where you can actually put that on your uniform, but you should display it, and you should display it proudly. There are a handful of people that get to wear that pin, and that includes people on ambulances, because it is very hard to track an exact change in outcome, okay? So that is a very strong thing. I'm also going to present you with our challenge coin. On the back of this coin, when I looked at your name, and I was trying to make sure I got the pronounce right, you know, but the thing that stood out to me is lion. And what do you think about lions? They're strong, they're sure. They don't question themselves, they don't question their actions. They're absolutely in their element. So you need to take pride in the fact that you saw something and you took an action that maybe otherwise this individual would not have came through. So on the back of our coin, the things that we love love about our service and that we love to do is we always try to make something mean something special to us. And if I can get it open where I can read it, and probably have to hold it at arm's length. Courage, compassion, integrity, honor, and dedication. Does that sound like something that you deserve? I say it is. And as a position in the, your actions absolutely contribute to the saving of that life. And I cannot in any kind of way put it any better other than to say thank you for your actions.
Officer Ryder, we're so proud of you. If you'll come and stand here, Tim, if you'll come and stand beside him, and we will be back here. Come on in, Chief. We're just so grateful.
Let's see.
Yeah.
One, two, three. Got it.
Good job, man. Thank you.
Good job.
Alderman Frazier wants to say something.
Let me say this to you. In my 32 years at the police department, I never got an award like this. This is an award that you need to cherish for the rest of your life, because very few officers are gonna get this award. For AMR to give you that award, hey, it is outstanding, man. So I want to commend you. You did an excellent job, because you jumped in there, you showed that you ain't scared, that you're gonna be right there with the fight. And all the rest of y'all, you can depend on him to bag y'all. He gonna bag you. You get this kind of man, he gonna bag you.
I've known Officer Minor since he was a little boy, and he is very humble, and it's a tribute to those two women over there and that young man. And what he did is who he is. Congratulations.
We're so proud of you.
Congratulations. And thank you for standing in the gap.
Good job.
So grateful, so grateful. Well, at this time, we'll continue now with our meeting agenda. And we do have a public hearing on the property, on adjudicated properties. And I'm going to call for a motion to go into our public hearing.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Our code enforcement officer is Sergeant Antoinette Kelly. Sergeant Kelly, you are now recognized.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to first refer back to June 23rd, 2026, the last time code enforcement was here. Assessment liens were approved were an approved method to recover cleanup costs on adjudicated properties. I have since then spoke to Tax Collector Terrence Bailey regarding assessment liens. He advised that the tax assessor's office will begin flagging properties that have outstanding debts to the city of Natchez before taxes can be paid. Currently, code enforcement has 7 unpaid invoices, which total $11,457.10. They will all move forward as liens on those respective properties starting tomorrow, July 29th. Have we determined how the debts will be itemized to avoid going into the general fund?
That actually, I've got to say, Sergeant Kelly, that actually is something that we need to have more discussion on when we get back into our regular session, because it may require a motion. And we can't entertain a motion during a public hearing.
Yes, sir.
So we'll take care of that in just a few minutes.
Great, great. It was leading me to my next point. There has been a bill paid. The location 27 East Woodlawn was adjudicated. It's been cleaned, and we sent out a bill. The property owner has satisfied more than $1,700 in cleanup costs.
All right,
So
excellent.
because it's not itemized, though, I don't know that the money has gone
Yes.
into the proper place. Okay, great.
Yes, Alderwoman
Where are the
Irving.
photos so that we can see? You have photos here on the screen?
No, no,
Okay, that's
ma'am.
something that we need to do so that we can see the before and the after.
Okay, too easy.
That is a great idea, to always be able to see
Yes.
Very
the
well.
progress.
Very well.
Yes.
On behalf of code enforcement and city planning, we have one item regarding permits. Currently, there's no stipulation in place that buffers the renewal of permits.
Sergeant Kelly, I'm
yes,
going to
sir.
ask you to also save that for when we come back out of the public hearing. Right now, the public hearing, we need to just have the presentation of properties subject to adjudication tonight.
Okay,
And then we'll go into those other matters after the public hearing.
okay.
Okay?
Well, we started with 4 properties that were up for adjudication. We brought it down to 1. Today, after 3 p.m., we made contact with the new owner of 129 Melrose Avenue. He just closed on the property last Thursday, so even 129 Melrose Avenue will not be adjudicated tonight.
Okay.
So we got a good phone number. He's going to clean the property this weekend. Rechecks are August 6th.
Okay. So we don't have any properties to consider tonight?
No, sir.
Well,
I have
that's
one.
excellent. Yes, Alderwoman Irving?
I have one now, the one on Grimbridge Street. Now, Mayor, I have to bring that up, and I do have pictures if Mr.
Yes, sir.
Hash could put them on the screen for you all to see.
Okay.
Would you?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Alderwoman.
I think this will also lead into our regular session discussion
Yes.
on what I will make a motion on.
Okay. In that case, I will entertain, we don't have anything further to discuss in our public hearing.
No, sir.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn our public hearing and go back to,
Second.
motion made by Alderwoman Smith and seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion? We'll call for the question. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. We're back in regular session. Alderwoman Irving, you're recognized if
Okay.
you would like to
He's going
discuss this
to send me
property.
the email, yes. And I
Okay,
just want the board to see what I'm living with, not even
Yes.
5 feet from my back door. When you live with this
Yes.
behind you,
yes.
and I mean, just today is Tuesday. Saturday evening, I was on my way out about 10 at night, and a very large animal ran out of there. This is what I'm living with. This is my driveway. I want you to see,
I thought that was subject, that was on the schedule to be cleaned.
but it has not.
It has.
It has not.
It has. They clocked 16 hours cleaning it. I have my own photos dated June 23rd. Now, the equipment that they use is 3 weed eaters and a chainsaw. It's gonna take heavy machinery to clean what she wants to be cleaned. This,
Mr. Mayor.
on June 23rd.
Yes, Alderwoman
I would
Hall, I'm
like to
sorry,
make a
Sergeant
motion
Kelly.
to address this, so we can have discussion on that.
I'm sorry, yes.
Make a motion.
Alderwoman Hall, I'm listening.
Yes, I would like to make a motion that,
This is what I just took today.
Y'all, Alderwoman Hall has the floor.
as Sergeant Kelly alluded in our last meeting, per Mississippi Code 21-19-11, we have the authority to assess liens on adjudicated properties, which we are moving forward on. In lieu of that, I would like to make a motion that all monies in the future that the city receives from adjudicated properties be placed in a fund, code enforcement fund, for the purpose of code enforcement using our inmates on weekends to cut these properties so they can purchase the appropriate equipment needed for these projects.
Okay, a motion has been made,
Second.
seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Is there a discussion?
Yeah.
Alderwoman Smith?
I feel like it should be a little more broad, the motion, because we might want to tear down houses with it. There are other things that
True,
the board
true.
can
We
decide
have
to
in the
do. with
past.
One of the biggest problems we've had is we adjudicate them and they need to be torn down every money. So
And I do
We could
agree.
just put it in
I'm
the
not
amended.
gonna- No, I'm not gonna advocate just tearing down the houses. I
No,
want right now.
That's not
I
what
want
I'm
right now-
saying.
my-
Can
Amend
you
it.
if you might listen for a
I
second.
did listen, and my motion is gonna stand. I'm not gonna add to include tearing down houses at this point.
Well, then
The mayor and I have had a
we'll do
discussion
another
recently
motion.
on tearing down homes, for the sake of tearing down homes.
That's not ever for the sake.
Sometimes dangerous.
Alderwoman Smith, you're recognized.
They're not for just tearing down random homes. They're for homes that are pose a danger to the citizens that live next to them, to kids that play in the neighborhoods, for many, many reasons. And we should have a fund and we decide what are the priorities to use it from. So it's not taking away from what you're saying, it's just making it a broader motion to.
And we can add, I'll be glad to amend it for
Yes.
endangered structures.
Yes,
Clean up
yes,
in general.
that's what.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
And I take it that's fine with you, since you seconded the motion?
Yes,
All
to
right.
broaden it so that.
So
they
the
can
motion
add-
has been broadened by amendment, and
Amendment.
Alderwoman Hall just
Yes,
said,
sir.
as it pertains to dangerous structures,
Correct. To the
the
demolition
cleanup and potential demolition of dangerous
of endangered-
structures.
Of dangerous structures.
So this motion is basically saying the monies would go to purchase equipment, to assist in the cleanup of properties, and also, when needed, the demolition of dangerous structures. Obviously, everything has to be adjudicated and approved by this board and under the direction of code enforcement.
Yes, sir, it said for adjudicated properties.
Okay, only for adjudicated properties. Any further discussion on the motion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We had further discussion. I do want to go back to Alderwoman Irving's property complaint.
Yes,
Alderwoman Irving,
I'm waiting on him to send an email so you all can actually see. This is what my backyard
Yes.
looks like today. I just sent these pictures to Ms. Ezel. Because I was calling, just questioning, because I'm dealing with mosquitoes. I can't even sit in my own backyard. It's, it is very depressing to see that,
Yes.
not to mention that I deal with the rodents that get in my garage. Okay? Not to mention that I see deer feeding over there. I see different animals. We've had fox and all of this, and coyotes in my area. And they're over there living in their thickets like that. It feels like I'm in actually the tropical rainforest, because you got all these weeds, you got kudzu, you got all of this. And the house, the back of the house has fallen off. The kitchen has fallen off. I've lost 2 vehicles because of trees. I'm dealing with termites. I've had to go and get in a contract with termites because of the wood. And you know what the Red Pest said, Miss Irvin, they have lots to eat over here. Look at all this wood, okay? So I'm incurring these fees. No one else is, because of someone else's property. And it's a public health issue. People die from West Nile, okay? And I'm dealing with that personally. My children came home this weekend and they go, nothing has been done yet, and it's been months. We don't have to live like this. We shouldn't have to live like this.
so Sergeant Kelly, y'all did some cleaning up recently?
I'm sorry. They clocked 16 labor hours cleaning much of that property. The part that she's not satisfied with, it takes heavy machinery to clear it. I have pictures from June 23rd. If you would like to see it, it is clear, with the exception of the part that connects to her backyard.
Well, that's what needs cleaning. That's the reason why.
Too easy,
is
but you
there
said
a
nothing has
plan?
been done, and that's not true.
I'm sorry.
What I
Sergeant-
want to say is this: on the opposite side of that property, that's near Mr. Cliff Singleton house, they took a weed eater, and yes, they did. They did cut that, but it's 3 feet tall now because it's been several weeks ago.
Let me see the
But,
pictures.
I mean, the church is dealing with the same thing with the termites. Everyone is.
This is from the rear of the property,
Yes.
going toward the front of the property. All of this is included.
I see.
It doesn't look like that now. It does not look like
Sergeant
that.
Kelly.
It's the backside.
Yes, we have to move on with our agenda.
But
what I
again
will
now-
say, Alderwoman Hall, you had your hand
Say,
up.
I hear both of what they're saying, but,
Yes.
and that was the purpose of this motion. So we can have a fund, so code enforcement will have a fund separate from the general fund and any other fund in our
I
budget.
understand
So
that, but
we
you
get
can
these
take a
funds.
weed eat and enter that property on the opposite side and clear it too.
I will certainly,
Now, if we don't,
look-
now you're gonna force me to do something different
Okay.
legally.
Okay.
And I don't wanna do that, working here with the city
All right.
of Natchez, okay?
Alderwoman
But I'm
Irving.
going to.
I just saw pictures where they did a significant cleanup in
But that
June.
was 3 weeks ago. This is
If there
July.
is more work to be done, I'll ask our Director of Code Enforcement to look into that.
But it's not gonna be anything
Chief
that
Best?
benefits.
Yes, Chief Best.
The property at 5 Rembert Street, as you know, has been adjudicated. Code enforcement, or City of Natchez can enter that property 6 times a year.
Yes.
They have entered the property and cut as much as they could with the limited equipment that they have. And since Sergeant Kelly returned from military training, she sent me the pictures that you sent her, and I see where the work that they've done so far is already growing back up. So it needs to be done again. What is beyond the scope of their limited equipment, I've talked to Public Works, and it is on their schedule to be done with their equipment. So they're going to enter the property again and clear out the rest of the overgrowth to the property line, and code enforcement can hopefully maintain it as much as we can
Well,
within 6
thank
times
you. That's all I
per
wanted,
year.
some relief, because,
Yeah.
like
So
I
it's-
said, I'm living with that.
I talked
Thank
to
you.
Joe today, and it's on their schedule.
Thank
to go in
you.
there with the big equipment and clear it all the way to the property line.
Thank you.
Thank you so
That's all I
much.
want.
You're welcome.
Call the question.
There, I don't believe we have a motion. We've already
I did make
voted.
I made a motion.
We've already voted on that motion, and it passed. I'm back to you, Sergeant Kelly.
Thank you. Am I allowed to go into the permit?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, code enforcement and city planning are facing an issue with the permits. Currently, there's no stipulation that places a buffer between the renewal of permits on properties that are being repaired or demolished. What we're seeing often is people are renewing the permits with no progress on the property for that entire 6 months. And because there's no stipulation in place, there's no way we can enforce or deny renewal. So if we could revisit our code and put something in place a standard that is created to hold citizens to their intent and stay ahead of the complaints that are coming in on the properties.
Mr. Mayor,
Alderwoman Hall.
I'd like to make a motion, we take this under advisement until the ordinance committee, Sergeant Kelly and our planner can meet to discuss
Okay.
where to proceed with an ordinance.
All
An
right.
ordinance amendment.
Perfect.
I think it's a great suggestion. Alderwoman Hall has made the motion. It is seconded by Alderman Davis.
All of us should be a part of it.
We'll have any discussion? And I do know this problem does exist. We've all seen it where individuals get the permit, it remains there 6 months without anything, excuse me, being done.
Bless you.
Allergies, this hot and dusty air we're all living. And so I definitely concur. It's a good idea. The motion, though, is to take this under advisement pending a meeting of the ordinance committee. I'll call for the question.
With Sergeant Kelly and
Oh,
the
yes.
planner.
Of course, Sergeant Kelly and the city planner will have to be there. And I would suggest also the city attorney.
Oh, absolutely.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
since we
Alderwoman
are
Murray.
speaking on code enforcement, there's a gentleman sitting in the audience, Mr. Kenny Jackson, and I had mentioned in our last meeting, you know, he knows how to operate our equipment. If we're looking for employees
Okay.
that we could have in the near future to work with code
I think
enforcement, he
Sergeant
would
Kelly's
be.
gonna address that.
Okay,
Thank you, Alderwoman Hall.
thank
Do
you.
what now?
I need to now call for the question on the motion.
Call.
We will now proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
The next item on my list is regarding part-time code enforcement. Mr. Kenny Jackson is in our company tonight. He owns Kenny Lawn Care in Natchez. As stated in our June meeting, we do have more than 60 adjudicated properties right now. Mr. Jackson, would you like? Is that okay? Okay.
And I only mentioned it because of
I'm sorry, and we would need a motion in order for him to
Mr.
address.
Jackson be allowed to speak with, along with
Second.
Sergeant
Okay, a
Kyle.
motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion, we'll call for the question.
Hall.
All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Kenny Jackson.
How y'all doing, everybody?
We need,
We need you.
we just need to say, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good to be here. Yeah, it's been a long journey, you know, but y'all talking about the cleanup, and she just asked me to come in here and say a few words to y'all. I don't mind helping out. I'm pretty familiar with the equipment. With 811, go in there with equipment, you had to mark the lines and gas lines and all that. So you gotta be safe what you do with equipment and slow with it. You gotta look at the situation and I look at it and whatever I can do for y'all.
Okay.
She'll let me know, y'all can let me know.
All right.
I ain't trying to hold your meeting. up.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Jackson.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a blessed day.
You
God
too.
bless
You too.
Alderman Frazier?
Still blessed.
You
Yes,
gonna,
sir.
you gonna help out with the grass and everything, right?
Yes, sir, I can.
I'm gonna simply say, Mr. Mayor, if Mr. Jackson gonna be doing all that, we need to let him do other things since he got his CDL license and we're in the need of CDL.
Well, he's in workforce development.
You gonna be in workforce development or what?
He's an instructor.
He's an instructor.
Yeah, I'm a instructor.
All right.
Okay. I'm
I
All
still
right.
trying to get some help.
I still got my license. I still got.
You just need to try to get
We
some
need a
help.
motion for this, Mr.
I don't believe we need a motion because actually, the police department can contract if they need to for certain things. And we really appreciate
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Mayor and Alderman. I don't mind helping them, training them, and showing them the right way, because you got to spray this stuff to not to make it come back. It's got to spray it three times a month. And most of the time you spray it during in the fall season, so it won't come back. But
Right.
You got to keep it down.
Thank you so
Y'all
much.
have a-
All
I thank y'all. I'm glad to see y'all.
You too.
Good to see
May God
you.
keep blessing you and your family.
Same to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Glad
you.
to see you.
Thank you. All right. Yes, Sergeant Kelly.
I just have one more thing on my agenda tonight. I want to first thank our community, our citizens, and many of our Board of Alderpersons for utilizing our online portal to report properties in your communities and your wards. Code enforcement appreciates you for doing so. 5 Rember Street, you have a, I'm sorry. You have a resolution in front of you regarding 5 Rember Street. Exhibit A shows a breakdown in the cost for 5 Rember Street, as far as chainsaw usage, weed eaters, truck and trailer hauls, disposal, and the officers' pay. It totals $1,625. And so I'm here looking for approval on that cost
Do
too.
we have other costs as well that we're going to consider tonight?
Not for this property, sir.
But do we have to have a separate motion for each property? Or I would think, actually, I believe we can have the list.
This is the only property.
We,
Yes.
okay,
This is the only one since we didn't see anything else in your packet.
okay, all
And
right.
this is just here.
So that property is 5 Rembert Street. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Davis, seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Resolution imposing assessment for cleanup costs on adjudicated properties, whereas certain properties within the city of Natchez have been adjudicated by the city due to property being in such a state of uncleanliness as to be a menace to public health, safety, and welfare of the community, and whereas such properties have been found to contain nuisances unsafe conditions and violations of local ordinances requiring city to perform cleanup, abatement, and maintenance work to protect public health, safety, and welfare, and whereas the costs incurred by the city for such cleanup and abatement are recoverable under Mississippi Code 21-19-11, and whereas the mayor and board of aldermen additionally assess a penalty in the amount of, if any additional costs, which does not exceed the limitations set forth by the aforesaid Mississippi Code of 1972 annotated. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and board of aldermen and the city of Natchez that assessment of costs, the cleanup of and abatement costs list in Exhibit A are hereby assessed against the adjudicated properties identified therein. 2, assessment of penalty, the penalty in the amount of, if there is an additional amount, which does not exceed limitations of $1,500 or greater than 50% of the actual cost of cleanup. Number 3, lien or special assessment. Such assessments shall constitute a lien or non-ad valorem special assessment against each property until paid in full, enforceable in accordance with Mississippi Code 21-19-11. 4, collection. The city clerk is authorized to collect and said assessment, including interest and penalties as allowed by law. Number 5, notification. The clerk shall cause notice of this resolution and the assessments to be sent to the last known owners of record and recorded in the official records. The above foregoing resolution, after having been first reduced in writing and was introduced by Alderperson Davis and seconded by Alderwoman Irving and was adopted by the following vote to wit.
Do we have a motion?
He did.
We done.
This is the same one for five, she was just reading it for our amendment?
Right.
Okay.
We've done it.
Okay. Normally, I would do that before the vote. We are good. So, all right. Any further business?
No, sir.
We will make sure that resolution is spread on the minutes. Do we have any other discussion, questions regarding code enforcement?
For resolution,
Roll call?
resolution.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, we've already had the vote on a motion for Rembert Street,
We had a vote for the,
and it was unanimous
we had a vote
for the
invoice.
cost.
We had a vote for the invoice.
Okay?
This is a resolution.
Yeah, roll.
All right. I have to admit, I'm a little flustered because none of this has been discussed with me prior to the meeting. And I'm having to lead discussion on something that has not been discussed with me at all. So going forward, Sergeant Kelly, anything that comes before the board needs to be on our agenda, and it needs to be in packets, and it needs to be discussed with me prior to the
These
meeting.
are in our package.
It was in our
These are
package.
in everyone's package.
I don't see this item on our
I didn't see
agenda.
this in the packet. This was not in my packet. It was just here. But I did see
Yes,
adjudication.
but I don't see it on our agenda.
She does this every meeting, but
Is it on our agenda,
It's,
this particular item?
no, not.
Okay, I just,
We have
when we get
adjudicated
into
properties.
these things, I'm just asking as a courtesy to please let me understand what it is so that I can understand how to conduct the meeting.
Right.
As a courtesy to me as mayor. I would
Very
appreciate
well.
that.
I don't know how often this will happen, but I did just return yesterday from a 2-week training.
Yes.
And all of this information went up while I was gone.
Okay, well,
So-
let's go ahead and have a motion then to approve the resolution that has just been read.
So moved.
And it is a resolution for imposing assessments for cleanup costs on
Second.
adjudicated properties. That motion has been made by Alderwoman Irving. It has also been seconded by Alderman Davis.
Now roll call vote.
And a roll call vote. Well, before we do that, any discussion on the motion?
No.
I'm having a lot of help to run a meeting on something that has not been discussed with me prior, so we're doing our best here. I will call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. Alderwoman Hall? Alderman Frazier? Alderwoman Smith? Alderwoman Irving?
Aye.
Alderman Davis?
Aye.
Alderman Maroney?
Aye.
The ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just saying as a courtesy to the Alderman, I try to make sure we fully discuss things prior to the meetings so there aren't, surprises. I think this is a great thing. I'm glad to see it. Don't get me wrong.
It will work. Once
Yes.
we get it started.
We now will move to our city business. Jimmy Moore with Meridian Waste is here with an update. Mr. Moore, you recognize.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for letting me be here. I don't know how much of an update it'll be. I'll try to be brief. Darryl would have been with me. Some of you know Darryl Stewart, our manager. Darryl's having some health issues, nothing serious, but he could be here tonight. He wanted me to express that to you, that he wanted to be here, but he could not be. Maybe next time. One or two comments I have to make, listening to the conversation the last few minutes. The gentleman that you honored for retiring for 32 years, I believe, is what was said. I wanted to talk to him because he's a lot smarter than I am. I've been doing this 34 years. I have 2 grandchildren and a great-granddaughter, and I'm still doing this. So I need to get some pointers from him as how do you do it. But I'm scared that my list would be longer than the one he has. So maybe that's why I keep going down that road. I don't know. The award to the gentleman, the policeman that saved a life, touched a nerve with me, because in our business, our people are exposed to a lot of danger every day. This happened in the state of Alabama. We had our own internal award, if you will, for the 2 heifers on the back of the truck. We were stopped picking up garbage. A car hit us, according to the state trooper that reconstructed the accident, doing 80 miles an hour. Hit the rear of the car. The driver was killed on impact, but there were 2 kids in the back seat. Our helpers got them out of the car and got them to safety before the car exploded into flame. So I can identify with that young man to be commended greatly. That's just something that you instinctively do. You're not trained to do it. You just know what to do, and you need to do it. It's the right thing to do. So I wish he was here for me to shake his hand as well. I'm sorry for the fire you had, the horrendous fire that destroyed a building downtown. Luckily, no one was injured, as I understand it. There was no loss of life. Congratulations on jet service to Natchez. I saw that. I was on a United jet yesterday from Houston, Texas. So other than being 6'4" and trying to get on a commuter plane, it's great. I have to bend over to sit down. But the only reason I'm here tonight is to tell you Meridian Waste appreciates the business relationship we have with the city of Natchez. We try to do the best we can. Are we perfect? No. Do we have issues from time to time? Yes. Do we correct those issues when we know about them? Yes. So if I can do anything with any issue you may have, you can call me anytime. You all know that. Darryl is very responsive anytime you talk to him. But I'm there if you need me. Other than that, I will entertain any questions or comments you have, and I will depart.
Do we have any questions? Alderwoman Hall?
I would like to thank you all. And again, Mr. Stewart is always accommodating any questions from me or from the community.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you also in your company.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Alderwoman Irving?
I was going to say the same thing. Thank you for even coming to the board this evening and sharing that information, coming to us to let us know that you're still offering the service. However, Mr. Stewart does a wonderful job with addressing members of the community.
I appreciate that. Our people don't get a lot of thank yous, they get a lot of criticism, and that's just, that's the business. After 34 years, I've learned the lesson that solid waste collection is a very emotional issue for some folk. And that's our job, picking up garbage, and we appreciate the opportunity to do that. If I can help you, call me.
I want to,
Alderman Frazier?
I want to thank you and Darryl, who you can always call and be that. I was kind of like a little scared. I thought you was coming to raise garbage fees.
I just did that in June. I just did that in June on the anniversary day.
So that's out the way, so like I said, so it's good to see you.
But the good thing, Alderman, is that your contract limits the percentage adjustment CPI, and the index that's used to calculate that was below 4% this year. So
And also I
it
want
was better than it could be. Could have been.
Also, I want to thank you for entertaining us on the coast.
Oh, you're welcome. We enjoyed
We
it.
really enjoyed it, and it was very nice.
Well, thank you. There's been a recommendation made to me, and I understand. It's well taken. You know, in the past, we had a buffet. This time we did not. People had to wait. We're going back to a buffet next year, hopefully, so everybody can just eat and not have to sit there and wait on their food. The food was good, but it was somewhat of a lengthy wait.
I want to make this comment. Mr. Moore will be with our downtown merchants in the morning at the Natchez Coffee Company at 8 a.m.
Yes, sir.
At their monthly meeting of the Downtown Natchez Lions to discuss anything that downtown merchants want to talk about. We appreciate your making the trip to be there with them.
Well, thank you. I made the commitment to bring 3 things with me to that meeting in the morning, 2 ears and 1 mouth.
All right.
I want to hear what everybody's got to say. I appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. God bless you. Thank you.
Where is it at the coffee shop, you said?
At the coffee shop, they have their monthly meetings on the fourth Wednesdays at 8 a.m. We now will ask Ms. Lakeisha Davis. Good to see you, Ms. Davis. Natchez Workforce Development Coordinator, actually working now as an interim coordinator with Colin and our partners here in Adams County, our city of Natchez, Adams County Board of Supervisors, and the Natchez Adams County School District. You are recognized.
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Aldermen, and women. I'm here requesting approval to hire a grant administrator for the Workforce Development Department for the city of Natchez. You guys have a contract in your packets. I did make sure you guys had that already put in your packets, and also I can also tell you the purpose of that, the reason for that request, and what that person will be providing.
That's in our packet. So moved.
I'm sorry.
You want me to go back?
The motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderman Davis. And we'll have now discussion.
Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman Hall.
Yes, sir. We have a grant that closes June 30th that has not, DRA has not received a request for an extension on that grant. Ms. Williams wrote this program. She developed this program from scratch. She is the person that will offer continuity through the end, as it says on here, effective July 28th, if approved. And the expiration date is through the end of the contract period, which is a grant period, April 30th, 2027. And this will allow the same process we went through to get Ms. Davis on board for continuity purposes, to complete the grant process.
April
And
13th.
transition to Colin.
April 13th.
Sarah had her hand up.
Alderwoman Irving.
Okay, I just want to ask, are all parties still agreement with this school board, county, and? Okay, just want to be sure, that's the only thing I had.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Alderwoman Smith.
I do want the county, because she's got a full-time, very big,
Right.
huge position there. I just wanted to make sure.
I will.
No, Ms.
I will say, if I can answer your question,
all I'm asking.
I spoke to the president of the Board of Supervisors today, and she indicated that she was fully supportive. I do not have anything to indicate how the board as a whole feels. I did talk to Ms. Williams last week. She said that she felt like she had their support.
They haven't.
Alderwoman Hall?
They have not.
She has spoken to the board. She has spoken to the board of
I felt
supervisors.
comfortable with the board having a vote.
She has spoken to the board of supervisors, Mr. Mayor, that was your question.
Have they
Ms. Davis
expressed
had
their
expressed-
support? Had that was Alderwoman Smith's
According to
question.
Ms. Williams, they have.
Yes,
Okay.
she stated that she has spoken
And
with
Ms.
the
Davis
board
can address that.
supervisors, and they are totally supporting. it.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that. I know I was asked to speak to President Hutchins this afternoon, and she expressed her support.
And Mr. Lazarus has looked over the contract.
Okay, all right. Do we have any further discussion? Yes, Alderman Maroney?
I mean, Tawana's great. She's done a great job. I can't help but be a little concerned about her having a new full-time job as county administrator.
But did you read how many hours?
Yeah, I
she
know
will
it's
be
only
working?
10 hours,
Okay.
10 hours a month.
Okay.
I guess she knows
Yes, she
knows
knows
anybody
this
what she
program
thinks she can
better than the
handle.
transition.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that
Alderman
it'll
Maroney
take
has
10
the
hours
floor.
a month.
Okay,
But I just wanted to express some concern. I have
I understand.
confidence in Tawana. She's done a good job. I
She
like her.
has.
But
She has.
I guess the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see.
Any further discussion?
I'll call the question.
Question's been called. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. And I do want to just make an announcement while you're here. We are excited that workforce development is continuing, and Ms. Davis we voted on this and unanimously last week during a special call meeting on last Monday, agreed that she should be our interim director, and the Board of Supervisors did the same thing. We also have the support of the school board, and this is all after consultations with CoLin and with the president of CoLin, Dwayne Middleton, because when we found out that Ms. Williams had left CoLin to become county administrator, I immediately reached out to Dr. Middleton, said, okay, we've got to do something to keep workforce development going. He indicated that they would not be hiring a replacement for Ms. Williams until later. They have a process to go through. And eventually there will be a coordinator for Natchez hired by CoLin. And I recommended, well, we have someone who really helped get this going with Ms. Williams, and that's Lakeisha Davis. And I think President Middleton agreed there couldn't be a better person. We had a meeting. We now have seen that process through, and you're doing a great job already. The classes will resume on time,
Yes.
August 17th. We
A lot of
have
moving parts at this
instructors.
point.
A lot of moving parts. We have instructors,
Yes,
we
we
have
do.
students, but we do have room for more students.
Absolutely.
And if you could, just make the announcement of what trades are being
The
offered.
trades that's gonna be offered at this time, once everything is back in place, of course, you know, we have our students, as new students enter into the program, they will start off in core, which is the basis of construction. And we will offer carpentry, electrical, masonry, heavy equipment operation, and plumbing.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
It is, all of
And
the
we have a lot of
trades.
students that's still registering, and I'm going through the list, contacting, and they are getting signed up, and the list is growing.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so the good news today is there is no delay. The Workforce Development Program is going as scheduled, August 17th. If anyone wants information or they want to register, how do they go about
They
doing
can
that?
contact me, Lakeisha Davis. My email is lrogers@natchez.ms. I said Lakeisha Rogers, lrogers@natchez.
At natchez.ms.us. lrogers@natchez.ms.us.
Thank you, because I got tongue twisted on that. And also my cell number is 601-443-3066.
Repeat that again, please.
My cell is 601-443-3066.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to make sure this is getting out on
Yes.
social media. We are hoping local media will pick this up, and we are going to see some advertising. We want to make sure our fall semester is a great success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
We
all.
appreciate you, Ms. Davis.
Thank you.
Before we continue, I do have someone here, Mr. Victor Johnson, and this actually is a presentation, nothing to vote on tonight, but we're going to give him just a few minutes with your permission.
So moved.
A motion made by
Second.
Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion, we'll call for the question. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. So I've got to say this, Mr. Victor Johnson is the brother of Lana Bradley, who sadly lost her life during the spring, and it was a tragic loss of life. He met with me end of last week, along with State Representative Robert Johnson. And we had already met, and we were able to get Representative Johnson in. Representative Johnson is working now on legislation that will be introduced in the spring session, Lana's Law. We will soon be asked to provide a resolution of support. We have provided for you information on this, and everything is available for you to read. I'm going to ask if you would, Mr. Johnson, without reading the whole thing, if you will just come and share the basics and why you are leading an effort to have this law enacted in Mississippi.
I don't have a copy. Is there an extra copy?
It should be here.
Thank you. I didn't have one there.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
I have. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
My name is Victor Johnson. I'm a brother, a neighbor, and a resident of Natchez. Above all, I'm here as the voice of my sister, Lena Bradley. Lena lit up every room she walked into. She was deeply loved, fiercely, full of life, and should have a lifetime ahead of her. Instead, she was stolen from us. The hardest part is knowing my sister did everything right. She saw the dangers, reached for help, followed every single rule designed to protect her. Regrettably, the system could not move fast enough. Help was slow, violence wasn't. What happened to Lena is my family's nightmare, but it is quite terrifying reality unfolding right here in Natchez every single day. People in our community are watching dangers rise in their own homes, waiting for a lifeline that may not arrive. I refuse to let Lena become a statistic. Without immediate change in our laws, the clock is ticking for someone else's sister, daughter, mother. This is why we must pass Lena's law. As I discussed with Mayor Gibson and Representative Robert Johnson, the law is urgent. It will force our system to recognize high-risk red flags, share information instantly, grant emergency protection before the clock runs out. I need the board and this town to stand with me. Let us ensure we answer this knock together. We cannot rewrite the past, but together we can rewrite the future of Natchez. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Johnson asked that he be allowed to address the board, and we asked him just to come on, and so that you could have the information. At a future date, after you've been able to read the information, and after Representative Johnson has prepared the legislation that will be introduced, we will be asking for a resolution of support. There are too many instances where individuals dealing with mentally ill family members, friends, abusive spouses, present plenty of red flags only to have them overlooked, and then something tragic happens. And so our prayers are with you and our sympathy with you and your family.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, thank you for coming forward.
Thank you.
Do we have any? Yes, Alderman Frazier?
This is a very powerful letter,
Thank you.
and I really thank you. Mental illness is real. This type of mental illness, it has affected Amos. Amos, this week, last week, we had Eric Bieniemy son shoot his mother 7 times with a .22 rifle. So mental illness, this got to be addressed. This mental illness doesn't see any color.
Right.
Don't make no difference what color you is. It got to be addressed. So if we have any kind of resolution, I'm in support of the mayor, I'm in support of doing anything to curb this mental illness, because like I see, we have a lot of veterans out here that suffer from PTSD, and we have a lot of people in our community. We see them every day walking around. You see them at Walmart, you see them walking down the street, the nearest convenience store. They're everywhere. These people need help, but sometimes we shun and look the other way instead of reaching out. But those of us that's supposed to be sane, we need to do something. But as I stated earlier, it's left up to the community to fight this mental illness. And like I say, the support that we need. Some people say, "Oh, look at them." No, don't do that.
No.
Right.
Don't do that. You think, "Oh, he crazy." No, he just needs help.
Yes, sir. That's what it is.
And I say, any way it go, I could bet you in this chamber right now, I bet you 9 people's in here and somebody in their family got a problem, a mental illness problem. So I say to you, people, it's real, and we got to get on top of the game. This is a nationwide epidemic.
Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman, thank you, Alderman Frazier. Alderwoman Hall, you're
Thank you, Mr. Johnson,
recognized.
and we will support you in the legislature with this. I'll show just part of my report now. Last week, I received a call from the president of MML, Hope McGee Jones, asking, appointing me to the board of directors for MML, the Mississippi Municipal League, and also appointing me to chair of the Health Committee. And when President McGee asked me what was my focus as a retired nurse, I told her mental health. I was a psychiatric nurse for a very long time and a licensed mental health therapist for a long time. So that is going to be the focus of the MML Health Committee this year, mental health. Thank you.
Thank you, that's great.
Thank you.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
I too want to say, I support this bill wholeheartedly. But I also want to say that I hope with legislation, because from my reading constantly, there have not been resources allocated. Resources, and that's what's needed. We want to support crisis centers that are in our community, but they can't handle when you have that manic stage. So we need those more funding so that we could have different entities that could be more involved. Like for instance, St. Dominic Wing closed. So you don't have that open anymore. One section of the state mental hospital did the same exact thing because of funding. Then where do we place them? Because there's a very thin line between sane and insanity, very thin line. Okay, so the help is needed. But if the resources are available, then we can provide more assistance as needed. And I agree with everything that everyone has said. And Alderwoman Hall, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Much
you so
needed.
much. Mr. Johnson, God bless you.
All right, thank you.
We will be there to support you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amen.
Y'all, we have, our firefighters are so non-assuming, and I rarely get to see them except like in instances, such just a couple of weeks ago on that Sunday morning. They're quite often fighting fires when the rest of us are asleep or on weekends. Jason Felter, I really apologize that we have overlooked you. Chief Arrington, you should have gotten my attention. Chief Best was all over it. But I'm going to ask Chief Arrington if you will please come up, and if we will have our retiring firefighter Jason Felter to come up. My goodness, 28 years.
Wow.
And so we are about to make this presentation. And I see, Jason, it looks like you've got your family here with you. I saw you when I came in. We'll meet you down here. I want to ask board members to come and join us. Alderman Davis. It's so good to see you. I wanted to say this, and I have to get it where I can read it. Firefighter Jason Felter, 28 years. I'm just so grateful for your service to our city. And I'm so glad you got the attention of our city clerk. And we are so glad you're here. You started, here is Natchez, where you have given your whole service as a firefighter? Yes. My word. And so, you've seen a lot, haven't you? Well, Jason, you're very quiet and unassuming. You're in the background. When I came in, I said, I know that familiar face. And then it's all come crystal clear. We want to present this to you in appreciation of your 28 years of hard work and dedicated service to the city of Natchez, November 1st, 1997 to June 30th of 2026. Presented to you, Jason Felter, our firefighter, and we are so grateful. We'll take a picture. Jason. Congratulations. Do you have anything to share?
Well, retirement's not always cracked up to be. And I got a little depressed when I left. I would have liked to have stayed longer, but the job is physically demanding. Even though the mind was there, the body couldn't quite keep it up. So. And I've been fortunate in 28 years I haven't suffered a serious injury, so I think pushing any further was gambling, and I'm a terrible gambler.
How many fire chiefs you seen? Smart ready.
Oh my gosh. Maybe 7.
7 fire chiefs.
Wow.
7 fire chiefs.
Wow. And Chief Arrington now has been here these last 6 years. And Chief Arrington, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Jason, of course, was here when I came on. He was always, quiet, stayed to himself, does his job, effective. I was proud to serve with you, and I'm gonna miss working with you, man, and having those conversations. If no one else understands like firefighters does, that station time is something special. So we're gonna miss you, man. We're gonna miss you.
I miss you guys.
They are underpaid.
Yes, they all are.
They are.
Do we have anything further, Alderman Davis?
Enjoy retirement. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
It's an acclamation.
We're gonna find other things to do.
Yeah, oh, there's no shortage of that.
Thank you for your service and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you for your service. Very much so. We
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
you.
Got a list already, don't you?
Mr.
Got a list.
Thank you.
Ms.
I couldn't see you. When I saw this young man, I'm thinking, oh, he's not retired.
Would you introduce your family to us?
Yeah, that's my wife Shelby, my daughter Jade, and my son Nyland.
Well, thank you all for,
Congratulations.
thank y'all for supporting your father, dad, and husband. I tell you, I got to witness, and Alderwoman Smith, you were there. We were there watching that terrible fire a couple Sundays ago, and I witnessed just the sheer strength that goes into fighting a fire, handling those hoses, wielding that axe, dealing with that heat. You did so much. Alderwoman Hall, you did arrive about a little later.
I believe in
than
coming later,
Yeah.
letting the guys,
Yeah.
men and women do their jobs.
Let me tell you, we were just so grateful to be there to witness what we witnessed. And there were quite a few retirees who showed up to help. And, but it gave me a new appreciation just for what our firefighters mean to this community. And I would imagine over these years, you have helped save life and property numerous times. You're an unsung hero, but you are indeed a hero. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Well, God bless you. If you need something to do, just come see
He had called me. He had called me for a week. Yeah. Take care of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
I do, while we're on the subject of first responders and tragedies, I do want to share that just a little while ago today, I was able to meet with Mrs. Brenda Day. I'm sorry, Brandy Day, Mrs. Brandy Day. Mrs. Day is the mother of the young man who is currently still missing. And we actually had quite a discussion about that situation. I want to just say our chief of police and our police department has handled that so well. And surrounding agencies and volunteers doing their search. But I just want to make this comment. Darren Sherman has been missing since July 2nd. And there has been no sign of him since. A $2,500 reward is being offered for information leading to the resolution of this matter in this case. And I want to just take a moment. I reached out actually to Mrs. Day yesterday just to express our concern and to ask her to come in so we could have an update. And today's meeting, we really had great assistance from those who have been actively investigating this case. And I just want to ask for the community's prayers and support for Mrs. Day, for her husband, for their family, and for those who have loved Darren for so long. A young man full of promise, about to turn 28 this fall. And so if anyone has any information that could help to bring that case to a resolution, we would appreciate it. Authorities are still actively working this case, and they are not going to give up. And that is the statement that the lead investigators made today. I just wanted to share that report. Mr. James Johnson, you are now recognized. Good evening.
You have my report in your packet from the other day. I will be brief. 2025 EPA Brownfield Assessment Grant. Staff in concert with PPM Consultants, the city's qualified environmental professional, is requesting a motion to approve task order number 5 and task order number 6 respectively, and are summarized as follows. Task order number 5, 400
Speak a little louder into the mic.
Ma'am?
Speak in the mic, please. Thank you. Now.
400 Main Street to conduct a Phase 1 environmental site assessment at the former Dr. Bug Building on Franklin Street at the cost not to exceed $6,000. And task order number 6, 700 Main Street to conduct a Phase 1 ESA at the former Firestone and Natchez Laundry buildings at a cost not to exceed $6,000. Pleasure of the board.
Do I have a motion? Motion made by Alderwoman Smith. Do I have a second? Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item.
Duncan Park Golf Clubhouse Phase 2 renovation funding from the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. The base bids for the above referenced project were received until 11 o'clock a.m. on Thursday, July 23, 2026. A summary of bid is provided below. At this time, staff is requesting, staff in concert with consulting engineer, architect, Blinn Stewart Associates, is requesting a motion to receive and take the bids under advisement.
So moved. A motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion? We will call for a question. We will proceed to the vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item, Mr. Johnson.
Cleaning of illegal dump sites funding by DEQ. Friendly reminder, the city has funds remaining for the cleaning of illegal dump sites should you have any identified in your respective wards.
Thank you.
Procurement of engineering, environmental, and application work plan services, Fine Avenue Drainage Project FY26 Community Grant Program from EPA. At the June 9th meeting of the Natchez Mayor and Board of Aldermen, staff requested a motion to issue a request for qualifications for these services to assist in the preparation of the environmental information document for submission to the EPA in completing the National Environmental Policy Act review, assist in preparing the application and work plan for review approval, prepare plans and contract documents, bidding phase, award, and construction engineering and inspection. Proposals for these services were received today at 10 o'clock a.m. On July 28th. The proposals received are listed as follows. Balance Environmental, Brian Hammett and Associates, excuse me, Neil Schaefer, Volker, WHK Engineers and Surveyors, and Waycaster Dungan. Staff is requesting a motion to take the proposals under advisement to allow the appointed committee to review, evaluate, score, and present a recommendation to the full Board of Aldermen. Pleasure of the board.
Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion?
Can you say
We'll
who
call for the question.
the committee, who's the committee?
Yes.
Committee consists of Alderwoman Irving, Richard Burt, Megan McKenzie, Justin Dollar, and myself,
Okay,
appointed at the previous
I had been
board.
appointed to a committee to review, and I was never called. So I'm trying to-
That one hasn't met yet.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Canal Street
On the
Bridge.
Canal
hasn't
Street
met
Bridge.
yet.
Okay, so when is this meeting?
We haven't set it up yet. They
Okay.
just came in today.
Okay.
I've spent part of the afternoon, putting that packet together that I left on your desk earlier.
Okay.
I would like you ahead of time to review them.
Okay,
And any questions, then please feel free to call.
Okay.
But I still am dispersing them and doing some other work as well.
thank
I'll
you.
call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
All right, thank
Next
you.
item.
That concluded my report.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you. We will now recognize our police chief, Chief Lee Best.
Okay.
Good evening again, Mayor.
Hello,
Good
Chief.
evening.
Staff. I'd like to provide you first with the statistics from the month of June. This is April, May, June. For the month of June, your officers responded to 900 calls for service, worked 129 accidents, completed 327 reports, and made 84 arrests. Our Safe Neighborhood or Traffic Grant, our proactive initiatives served 15 warrants, 6 DUIs, generated 7 gun and 2 felony drug charges. They also recovered a stolen trailer and a stolen vehicle. One officer took life-saving measures, as we announced earlier. We currently have 4 openings in patrol. 2 officers resigned this month. I don't know if I should explain that in here or just scroll over that. Scroll down to July. So far for the month of July, officers have responded to 798 calls for service, 74 accidents, 236 reports, and made 25 arrests. And I'll have the proactive initiatives for you at the daytime meeting. And we'll probably present the statistics at the second Tuesday meeting, so we'll have a full month to present.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great job.
Thank you.
outstanding.
We appreciate all that hard work. Next.
Seeking board approval for Sergeant Anjanette Kelly to attend the Mississippi Association of Code Enforcement Annual Training Conference in Biloxi the week of August 11th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. And I just want to say Sergeant Kelly's doing an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
She is on top of it, and I really appreciate you, Sergeant Kelly. And you are working in the community with citizens so much, and just today, helping me with an issue I was involved in, trying to help a citizen, and you're always there, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Next.
Seeking board approval to apply for a Homeland Security Strategic Initiative grant.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
made by Alderman Davis, seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion.
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
Were you gonna go in more detail about the home security
Sure,
grant?
this is
So
a-
that way, before I even ask my question.
This is an overtime reimbursement grant for up to $30,000 for strategic initiatives such as our Safe Neighborhoods proactive initiatives.
Okay, well, I understand how it's gonna be
Great,
reimbursed.
thank
Okay.
you. Any
Thank
further
you.
discussion? We'll call for the question.
Call.
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Also seeking board approval to apply for a Mississippi Department of Public Safety LEO grant used for training and equipment. This is a 50% match grant. We're looking at this to put towards in-car computers and AED devices for the cars. There's life-saving defibrillators for some of our cars.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion? We'll call for the question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alderwoman Irving?
We don't
how much is
have
the
our
grant?
totals yet or know what will be awarded, but it will be a 50% match, whatever the board agrees to.
All right. Yes, Alderwoman
That'll be in the new
Smith?
budget year, right, that will be in the new budget year.
Yes, ma'am, that'll be in next budget year.
Thank you. We will, and I've got to commend you. You're doing what I want everybody to do. You're looking for grants.
Thank you.
And you're applying for grants. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
That has helped us in the city of Natchez to get a lot of things done. We will now call for the question. Proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
I'd like to present that the Mississippi Office of Highway Safety has awarded us a $10,000 allowance for our, what we call the traffic grant, for officers' overtime to enforce traffic laws for the fourth period of 2026. This is a grant we apply for each year, and we asked for $50,000. And this award is based off statistics from last year. They said once we exhaust, if we exhaust this award, then we can apply for more at the end of the year.
That is really good news.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job, Chief.
Next, we'll have city official reports. Alderwoman Hall.
Yes, I've already shared about the intramural board appointments. My next item is, I think this is the fourth time I have asked that our AEDs be put visible. The one that's in this building, that is upstairs, be placed downstairs into a case. And Mr. Howden is here, he can actually help whoever puts it up, help us determine where we can get a case for it. And the one also over in City Hall, it's in a drawer or a cabinet in the city clerk's office. We can put that in the foyer in City Hall where it needs to be visible. So again, this is the fourth time that I've asked that these AEDs be made visible. My next item is, due to budget constraints, I am making a motion that we freeze all overtime cash pay and allow compensatory time for hours worked beyond regular hours until the end of the 2026 fiscal year.
Second.
Okay, a motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall and it's been seconded by Alderwoman Irving. We'll have discussion on that.
Excuse me, let me add, except for emergencies.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Except for emergencies, yes.
Because we have to,
I amended it to say except for emergencies, and that was part of my motion.
because by federal law, we have to pay
By
overtime
emergency, said emergencies.
for those situations. Yes, Alderwoman Smith.
So what is an emergency? We don't have enough people to go out on patrol, or we have a fire, or we have what is an
According to
emergency?
federal law, can specify 911 emergency calls if we need to do that.
So
We
we
have a budget problem.
As we saw on the report, we have a lot of 911 emergency
We have a
calls.
budget problem.
May I
Alderwoman Smith.
have some participation from the city clerk? Is how severe is our budget problem with overtime?
Well, I mean, I provided you all, the proposed way to cover those
Right.
anticipated overages.
Because we haven't had to transfer.
Right,
until
to
now.
date, we have not
general
had
fund.
to dip into anything else. And there, like I said, is a proposal, provided where those funds could come from. I think the bigger question would be speaking with your police and fire chiefs as to the reality of
I would-
this and being able to properly cover what those departments need.
I would ask that we do request both of their participation, because this is dangerous, this is safety, this isn't just somebody staying to, calculate something or plan something. This is public safety, so I would like to have them please address this.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Alderman Hall?
Madam Clerk has provided the board this information. We have a department that is depleted in funds. We're not going to single out a department.
Right.
This is across the board, overtime cash pay, provided compensatory time, except for emergencies.
Mr. Mayor, I'd still like to.
All right.
Which is in alignment with the federal.
Alderwoman Smith,
I was continuing on the speaking.
you were answering her, but Alderwoman Smith has the floor. She's made a request, and we need to honor that request,
Okay.
as we do for all of our aldermen.
Thank you.
Chief Best, if you would please come and address the topic.
I think the motion was to not pay overtime, but pay comp time and for emergencies only, but I would have to get some clarification on what would be an emergency. Is a shift shortage or working a road detail or security for 4th of July or Memorial Day, or all the extra details that we have to work?
Compensatory time can cover that, sir. I said, according to federal law, we all heard this. Federal law will singularly eliminate emergencies to only 911 calls.
Can an
I said-
officer deny to come in and fill a shift for comp time? If he's not being
You
paid?
talking about a
cash?
supervisor or an officer, a regular patrol officer?
Can anyone deny
Let
coming
me-
in to
let
work
me-
for overtime?
Let me state what.
Alderman Frazier,
Let me
you're
state what-
recognized.
Since you want to state what emergency is, emergency is we talking about tornadoes, hurricanes, and major events that happen like that. Now, for work shortage, and you don't have enough people, you have to come to the board and get permission in order to get those people to work. If you want those people to work over, if we have a cash shortage, as she stated, we have a cash shortage. But just to have, like say, you're talking about supervisors, and that's people, like say, they have to come in case of a major disaster. We have a hurricane or a tornado come through here, then we have no alternative but to say, hey, these people got to work and we got to pay them. That's what she's talking about, a major emergency.
Well, Mr. Mayor.
Alderwoman Smith, you're recognized.
So I don't think the issue that our guest has been in, there are other things besides tornadoes and hurricanes that are emergencies. There is a time when people might be out sick, and there's an emergency that we need overtime on somebody. You are tying the hands of our safety of our citizens, and I don't agree with it. I think it is not trusting our police chief and our fire chief to make logical, smart decisions to put the priority of safety first in our community, which is their total job. That is their job. They are not abusing overtime. We know that. We know it's been covered by our general fund. We have not had to transfer funds to cover this, and if we did, we would, because it would be necessary. So I don't get it, and I will definitely not vote for that.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I have not singled out
Alderwoman
any
Hall.
department. I said
But
across the board.
I'm singling out.
I did not single out any department. I said across the board due to budget constraints for the end of this fiscal year. And those departments, all departments can put in overtime for their staff. When we start discussing our budget.
I need to make a comment, and that is that, yes, we can talk about across the board, but when it comes to life and safety, we're really going to tie the hands, and I don't want to be interrupted because I've got the floor right now, and quite often when I start, I get interrupted. I want to say this. We're really going to tie the hands of our emergency personnel to make decisions that are necessary. For example, we had to pay overtime to fight a fire just a couple weeks ago. That was not, a hurricane, that was not a tornado. And who's going to determine emergency? Oh, is it, a big enough fire? Is it a small fire? Or do we need to have a special call board meeting to determine it? And by the time we have the board meeting to determine what to do, the fire is already burned up and nobody was able to go out because we didn't pre-authorize their overtime. I want to say it too, when it comes to police officers, we may have a situation and it could be a violent crime. And it can be a wreck, it can be anything, all hands on deck. This would basically say, so we need to have a special call meeting of the Board of Aldermen to approve this. And we're saying that we don't trust the police chief, fire chief to make these decisions. But this is the other thing. Federal law, and we've all been versed on the federal law. Federal law requires that police officers be paid for their duties. And it's not compensatory time, it's overtime, it's cash. And this could very possibly put us in a predicament where we have an emergency. They have to work, but they're not actually getting paid, and then they have a legal cause against the city. Also, I've done some research, and I want to say, going back to, when did Chief Armstrong become chief? I just want to make this a point. 2016, 2017?
Maybe 18.
2018?
Maybe 18.
Okay, I don't know. Alderman Frazier, you were chair of the police committee at that time.
Police department too.
I have gotten information going back to Chief Armstrong that police, including our lieutenants and command staff, going back to Chief Armstrong, have always been paid overtime because it's federal law. And those decisions have always been made by our police chief, by our fire chief. The city's never limited their ability to make the decisions necessary to keep this city safe. What we're doing right now is setting up a very dangerous precedent of micromanaging those who are day-to-day tasked with keeping our citizens safe. I am not qualified to make those decisions. They are. I want to also say, as we've seen in our funding reports, while we may have some shortfalls here, there, and yes, we have shortfalls in the police department in certain areas, overall, our budget is very good. We are under budget in so many areas. That has all been shared with you, Alderman. And so I don't believe we're in a time of crisis to make a dangerous precedent for the first time, going back as far as I can see, that we have handcuffed our fire chief and police chief in making decisions that they may have to make on a moment's notice to keep this city safe. Now, if y'all all believe that you are capable of micromanaging our police chief and fire chief and providing, that's what this is. This is a micromanaging action. And I'm not for it, because if a calamity arises and they weren't able to call out the staff because they were told they couldn't pay overtime, and a calamity arises and someone loses their life, I do not want to be accountable for that. Now, those of you who want to vote for this, you're welcome to be accountable.
Mr. Mayor.
It would have been good if we could have had some discussion prior to just making the motion out of the blue like
Mr. Mayor.
this.
So we do that.
I know Alderwoman Hall, as I was coming in the door tonight, you told me about this. It's at 1 minute to 6 o'clock. This is a major thing. And we're entering into something that could create legal problems for our city. We could get sued because we're not properly paying overtime and following federal law for our police officers, and we could endanger the very lives of our citizens.
Mr. Mayor.
I will entertain further discussion. Alderman Frazier,
Let me say this.
and then I'll come back.
Let me say this, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to see whereby Chief Armstrong was paying lieutenants and captains overtime. I haven't seen it yet. Second, let me lay this out to the public. First of all, we are not trying to micromanage anybody. Second of all, we are all on board for public safety. Third of all, This all stems back. Since y'all want to bring it out to the public, let me bring it out to the public. The public is, we hired 5 people from the sheriff department, a total of $240,000 a year, not counting fringe benefits, will almost equal $500,000 a year. Then we turn around in the same breath, when we got paperwork saying these people was getting overtime. This though, you look at that, we're paying them $60,000 a year, and we're gonna pay them $60,000 a year, and we let these 4 or 5 people, just these 4 or 5 people that we hired, and lieutenants, we gonna end up paying these people almost $500,000. Instead of them making $60,000 a year.
That's not.
No, yes it is. Instead of we paying them $60,000 a year. I
have to correct you.
I got the flow.
I know you do, but I've got to correct you because this is not true.
Instead of we paying them, instead of them getting $60,000 a year, when they get through working overtime and all what they want to do, put down for details and everything. So instead of them making 60, they gonna be making anywhere from $70,000 to $75,000 a year. Those 5 people.
I want to say you're representing that this is a new thing.
No, it's not.
The 60,000 is what commanders make.
If they work overtime, Mr. Mayor, if they work comp time, they gonna be getting,
commanders
they gonna be getting 60 or 70,
under
$70,000 a year.
Are entitled to overtime, and they are making overtime just as commanders have made overtime going back.
That's not true.
Going back years. I
That's not
understand
true.
if you would check with a police
not true.
officer under the direction of Chief Armstrong, and I'm not going to say his name out loud.
As I explained
but
to
he
you, I
was
worked
a
for the police
lieutenant and
department
commander,
32 years.
and he
I
was
never
being
got
paid overtime in
I
28.
never got paid overtime or comp time.
Well, I was answering and he
after
interrupted.
32
I
years-
didn't recognize.
I had the floor. I still
You got the floor.
I worked
But-
at 32
but you're
years.
misrepresenting
No, I'm not
the truth.
misrepresenting. I
You're
worked
misrepresenting
32
facts,
years.
and
How
this
I
is life and death
misrepresent facts? I never got paid overtime for working as a lieutenant. Even much during Hurricane Katrina, never got a dime. But it was my duty and my job to come to work.
Yes.
The other
But
people got overtime.
it is our duty to follow federal law and to properly treat our men and women in uniform who hold the keys to life and death on any given day. It is our duty to properly take care of our firefighters, who I saw risking life and limb. And yes, I was there early because I was concerned to make sure we did all we could to save a city block. I was not going to wait until noon to show up.
We're not talking about
I was there early
firefighters.
morning.
We're talking about
No, I
police.
just want to say it's time for
We're
us to
not
get
talking about
serious about
firefighters,
public
man.
safety. And I am just not enjoying this discussion at all because it sounds like political motivations are getting in the way of public safety.
It sounds like that
And
you're
that
trying
is
to ram those
egregious.
down our throat, Mr. Mayor.
That
You've been
is
changing
egregious.
stuff on us for the long.
Alderwoman Irving, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to say this. I'm very serious about public safety too, because that's the one thing every member of this community wants, and that's to feel safe in our community.
Yes.
I'm wholeheartedly believe that. I know that. That's what I want. That's what every citizen wants here in our community. What we have not discussed is that we had a conversation with governmental consultant, and their perspective was there is a gray area, okay? When that commander is doing his shift work and he's sitting at a desk, he does qualify. And this is what we need to go back to. He does qualify for the overtime. Is when he leaves and come out in the field is when that does not, when we need to do what? Horn in on those amount of hours that they can work. Second thing I want to say, and I'll come back to it, is that when Chief Armstrong was in his position as chief, we were fully staffed, okay? We were almost right at, if not fully staffed, we had a higher number than what we have patrolling our streets now. We were at a great space for safety. Now we have that shortage of officers. And we need to be able to do what? And not only do we have a shortage of officers, we don't have them with the years of experience on the street. That's what we don't have. That's what we're lacking, okay? Right. And I understand that you want those commanders out there because they are doing that. But what has to happen is this. You've got to be able to control it because we have depleted the department's budget. Okay, we have done that. And so what we're wanting to do is come to a common ground. That's what we want to do, come to a common ground where we will know what we're looking at to put in a budget, that it stays that way until we can get people trained and hired and retain them, because that's important. Once we get them hired, they're out the door. We've been a breeding ground for a few years. And so maybe we need to look at other stipulations as well when we hire our officers. Reinforce that, because we had them where they would stay with us at least 2 years before they leave. At least they're paid for the training that they've had. But we've got to, I am not for shutting down a city and for not keeping safety in a community. I'm not for that. But we do have to contain.
Yes.
We have to be reasonable with the amount of hours, because they're getting time, they're getting their pay, hourly pay, then they're getting their hourly pay again, plus halftime. Okay? And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And so we need to bring them out when situations are only necessary, and want to leave that to your discretion.
I would like.
Because every incident won't be. And you know, every incident won't be. But we never know when a gunfire will break out in any location, at any event. Okay? So that's a very touchy situation. It's that gray area there but again, we all want safety.
Alderman Maroney, you've been waiting a long time.
I believe we have got to put trust in the heads of our departments to manage their departments properly. I have trust in these men and our other departments as well. They are not going to abuse overtime. They're not going to ask their people to work times when they don't absolutely need them. Public safety is paramount. No question about that. We all know that. I also trust these guys that if there's a time where they think they could let somebody have an afternoon off for some compensatory time, say, you know, hey, we had an incident earlier this week, you came in, you worked some extra time, look, this Friday afternoon, everything's quiet, there's no special events, and then why don't you take the afternoon off and, you know, offset that time that you spent earlier this week. I trust these guys completely to do that sort of thing. But I don't want, if something's happening, first of all, I don't want there to not be people on shift when they need to be on the shift, all right? And I don't want them to not be on shift because they had to work a little extra time earlier in the week, or because they might have to work some extra time later on if something happens, all right? When it goes down, I want these guys to be able to call on who they need to call on, and I don't want them to feel like their hands are tied in any way. We need to support them. We don't need to try and micromanage them. We need to trust them to do the jobs that we have given them.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Alderwoman
Hall?
Not one person.
Mr. Best wants to
Not
say
one
one.
person has denigrated
Right.
the fire department, nor the sheriff's department, the police department. And both of you know how I feel about you all as persons and as leaders and your departments. And I'm highly offended that anyone think this is a political move to save money and to offer compensatory time. We know you all work overtime.
We're talking about patrolmen.
And
we're
you know
not
what?
trying to-
Alderwoman Hall has the
I'm
floor.
done. I want public safety, not everyone up here is for public safety. We're not saying we're not for public safety. And I'm not gonna allow anyone to twist my thoughts on this, what I have presented to this board.
Chief Best.
So I do believe that public safety is the board's priority, and I've been the chief since April 1st, and I knew this conversation was coming since I've been here from what I inherited coming in month 7 of the budget year, and I'm glad we're having this conversation. I talk with the city clerk every day before we do anything, and if there is an occasion, you know, first coming out of the gate, everyone was working all the time. Around the clock, we were working. Since this has started, if there's an occasion where a commander does have to come out, they're the first one to go home as soon as they can, of course, if it's a criminal investigation, the commander CID can't go home. If another commander has to help with interviews or with that investigation, they're not gonna be able to go home. But as soon as it's allowable, the commander is the first one to go home. I would request that you do leave it at my discretion for the rest of the budget year until we do get into our new budget year, instead of limiting it to only comp time, because I don't know if I can force someone to fill a shift or to come out and work or to do the things. We're not going to be able to get the things done that we're getting done if I can only offer compensatory time to the employees or to the staff, and then they rack up a bunch of comp time and then they can take off and then I don't have them. So I would only request that you do leave it at my discretion and stay in constant conversation with the board or the committee and the city clerk through the end of the budget year on any spending.
I think that discretion is where the emergency, where I included, except for emergencies in the motion.
I think shift shortage doesn't constitute as an emergency. If, I don't know if even a patrolman, no matter the rank or the pay, I don't think I can force anybody to come in and fill a short shift, and only offer them comp time. I don't know if I would come out, if I was a patrolman, I would come out and work overtime. I don't know if I'd come fill in for comp
I
time.
don't think you're getting it. If they're filling in for somebody, the other person's not getting paid, so the money is there for that person. who's
But that
coming in.
person would have already fulfilled their 40 hours. It would be an extra shift for them. I would have to pay them overtime.
Chief Arrington, you're wanting to be recognized, I can tell.
So, and I completely understand y'all wanting to be in control of the budget and what's going on. If what I understood was we were speaking of all departments. The fire department has to have a certain number of people on each truck. That is the only safe way for us to do a very dangerous job. If I am not working people overtime, I can't fill trucks. And if I can't fill trucks, we can't fight fires. For me, I'll ride a truck if I have to, but we have to have those people on those trucks, and cutting out overtime for the fire department is just a very dangerous situation. Yes, ma'am.
Alderwoman Irving.
Chief, to address you, I don't think that your department was being addressed, because we've already allocated in each budget year overtime for each department.
I understand.
Yours had not been depleted.
The motion that I heard was every department.
Well,
Wasn't picking on it. That was the motion that I heard. Now, if I'm incorrect, I'm sorry, but the motion that I heard was for every department. So I just wanted to make sure that we understand. I have to have those people on trucks.
Every department has overtime
Okay.
funding.
The question has been called. We'll proceed to a vote. Alderwoman Hall.
Aye.
Alderman Frazier. Alderwoman Smith.
Nay.
Alderwoman Irving.
I'm gonna do nay here.
Alderman Maroney.
Nay.
The motion fails. The nays outnumber the yays.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
I do want to say this. We have got to training. That's the key. It's training here. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that. The inexperienced officers that we have on the street, they need the experienced officers out there with them. And that's how you get experience. It's through them coaching. You can't be everywhere, Chief.
Right.
But we do expect you to be on those scenes.
Absolutely.
We do expect you there. But you have to look at things holistically, and I do. No one thinks for me but me. But when it comes to safety, that's the first and foremost that I want to see happen for the city of Natchez. And that's every citizen here. And I know we all do. I know we all do. But I know training and writing reports, I mean, and I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but we've got to make in-depth training efforts for those officers.
And Mr. Mayor, may I continue?
Yes, back to you for your report, Alderwoman Hall.
I have a
Thank you,
concern
gentlemen.
that our server at the police department, we had this discussion, there was only one server for both law enforcement agencies in this municipality. And it is at the sheriff's department. The city of Natchez needs its own server. Iceland needs its own server. And I would like our attorney to address this.
Mr. Attorney?
I'm not knowledgeable about technology as Mr. Maroney certainly is, but it certainly seems reasonable to expect to have a backup server. But I would defer to Mr. Maroney, who has expertise in that field.
I'd be happy to look into it. I don't know the exact situation there, but, I mean, yeah, you do want to make sure that you've got some sort of backup so that if something happens, you know, so I'd be happy to look into this. Let's don't make any harsh decisions right now, but I'd be happy to look into this, find out exactly what we're running. Now, I do know also that some of this system, they are sharing a server at the sheriff's department for one of the systems because that information goes into one server for the availability to all agencies. Now, I don't know if that's what we're talking about, but I'll certainly find out. I'll get the
Yes.
GPS.
It is your report.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that you made a motion.
No.
She didn't make
No, she didn't
a
make a
motion.
motion.
I'm going to come back. You asked
I was
Mr.
gonna
Lazarus.
answer this
Mr. Lazarus
Yes.
deferred to Alderman Maroney. We're back now to
Okay.
you.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Alderwoman Smith.
I've been told, I mean, our IT director's right here, that we have all of our stuff is backed up, all of our servers. We have the cloud. Am I wrong? Would you speak to this? Or if there isn't something, that would be not to my knowledge.
Does it seem like?
I'm asking, he knows about our.
We do have redundant servers at the police office, City Hall, and in Jackson. All three of them are redundant. I think what y'all are talking about though is the police software. We were on OmniGo, which was in the cloud, and now we've switched to iSoms, which is hosted at the sheriff's department. That one, I'm not sure.
So then our police chief, you know if they have the backup. Can we just hear that they do? If that's the case, I've been told that they do. We're 100% safe on that.
I can help with this. We
Is
had a task
this a new
force.
system?
We had a task force under the leadership of
It's a
Chief
new
Cal
system.
Green that, and Chief Best, at that time, you were asked to help with it. And it was determined that we would be a much safer community if the sheriff and if the sheriff's office and our police were on one system. It would also save in duplication of efforts, save a lot of time police having to do reports to have one system. It was also extremely expensive for the city to have its own server. It was understood that a shared server would still give the police the confidentiality on their reports and the sheriff confidential on their reports. It was already there at the sheriff's office. Doesn't matter where it is, the confidentiality is what matters. They can't read our reports, we can't read their reports, but when we are working together, then we can look at each other's reports. It is definitely making it easier for law enforcement, for both sheriff and police. It is also making it a lot more efficient for our officers in that they aren't having to retype so much because so much is now saved and they can pull it. Information is there in the cloud. And I understand that the cloud backups are in numerous locations. I've learned these through the meetings we've had of that task force. Alderwoman Hall, back to you.
Yes, sir. This is not a knock against you, again, your department. This is, I'm grateful, all of us are, that the sheriff department and the police department are working so closely together. And they began this under Chief Green, and they're continuing this relationship. However, I think Chief Best, you did say there is no backup, and the backup is on your phone. You said it's right here, and you held up your phone. So if this server breaks down, where are you gonna go to Pennsylvania in the cloud to look for your data? Another state to look for your data in a cloud somewhere?
I'm not sure what their backup methodology is for the server
No,
of the data. This will be data. I'm not sure exactly what the sheriff's department does on
I know, that's, yeah, Chief Green was Chief Best.
Oh, excuse me.
What's on my phone is ISOMS, it's
Correct.
ISOMS, is web-based and stored in the server, and I can log into it from my phone. There's nothing stored.
But there's not a, there's not a,
Your
but there's
phone
not a
secure?
server, that's my request.
I do know this,
Suggestion.
from the bank, that web-based is better, I mean, you can say that.
It's web-based, it's probably in the cloud.
Yes.
Exactly, that's my point. So if this
Oh, if it's
server
in the
breaks
cloud,
down,
it's
you're gonna
backed
have
up,
to go-
duplicated, replicated, it's all over the place.
Learn about
That's
IT.
right.
My question is,
Alderman Frazier?
my question is, do other agencies can have access to our warrants and all that data?
Yes,
Other agencies?
the sheriff's office only. We
Now-
share warrants back
You
and
saying
forth.
sheriff office, what about Vidalia? They got the same system?
We share booking.
15, on Highway 15?
We share booking information with Concordia
Booking
Parish.
information.
They hold our
So-
partners.
Book, you say they booking information?
Booking information, when we book somebody in,
They have it over there?
they don't have to take them to Concordia, and then Concordia doesn't have to book them in again. You can book them in at Natchez PD and push it to them.
To them?
So they're already booked
So
in.
you give them all our information? on
They're
the-
booking.
Only if needed.
On the prison? Look, you know, I'm sitting up there asking questions, but I got these other policemen over here too, telling. But anyway, so you telling me that they got all the access to the warrants, how much the warrants is and all that kind of stuff?
Whatever we should decide to share it with them, or
So
whatever
we
they
share
decide
with,
to
we share with
share
the
with
prison
us.
over on 15 everywhere, huh?
No, we share the booking with Concordia Parish. When a person gets arrested in Natchez and booked in, they would get booked in at Natchez PD. We would transport them to Concordia Parish and then get rebooked in.
In Concordia Parish?
Concordia Parish.
Okay.
Now we book them in here and we just push it to them, and they're already booked in, housed. They just changed the housing assignment.
On a case-by-case basis,
On
correct?
On all arrests that go. We just
Right.
changed the housing assignment from NPD to Highway 15, and then they can pull it up. And then when they come back, they push it from Highway 15 back to Natchez PD, and it looks like they're in our jail.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, we
Okay.
can,
Yes,
I don't want to
Alderwoman.
prolong this on our.
All right.
But I have a question.
Let's have other reports, but, we can have another discussion on this server at another time.
I just
I
want
would
to ask-
encourage us to all ask the questions.
Okay.
I'm fortunate in that I've been in meetings and I've been made to understand all of this. Any questions the aldermen have, feel free to reach out. We'll get those questions answered.
Well, I have one
Alderwoman
now.
Irving.
I just want to ask the question, how is this affecting the courts? Or are they being affected? Because had we resolved, we said when we left our special call meeting that we would get an update about whether or not the systems were communicating and whether or not people will be able to go in and pay on their fines or fines were paid. You know, you can recall the incidents that we brought to your attention.
Right.
So had that been
And
resolved?
we continued that meeting because an employee went out sick.
Okay,
We do have an executive session planned and it is 8:05.
okay.
And I'm just letting everyone know we're having a very long meeting here. Alderwoman Hall?
And that's why I said if you
Any
want to
further?
continue this at another time.
Any further
Yes, one more,
report?
Do you know the status of the employees that we requested to help fill the recreation department, the tennis center, and the maintenance department?
The director is
not
not
here?
here, but he has been actively interviewing. He has made hires, and I would ask you to just please give him a call and have a conversation about it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Alderman Frazier?
Yes, I'd like to, make a request that, Ms. Sherry Davis, be allowed some of my time to address an issue that she would like to discuss as an ongoing situation that she want to address the board.
Second.
All right, motion has been made and seconded. Discussion?
Come
We
to
will
the-
call
to the
for the
ballot.
question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. All right, thank you. And I need a spelling, S-H, S.
Is it CH?
Could you spell your name for our minutes, Ms. Sherry?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
My name is Cheryl Davis, Davis.
All right, Ms. Davis, thank you. And you're recognized.
I am here with a big concern in my neighborhood. I been trying to get speed bumps for the past 7 or 8 years. And Mr. Dollar, he did put some kind of, where you can read the mileage, the speed they're going. And he told me that it was not enough signatures. I didn't understand that because I went round and got all signatures on Vaughn Drive, except one person did not sign. I have had my mailbox has been tore down completely. My neighbor down from me, she had the same problem. They come through there, just like that on the interstate or something. And I would hate to think of anybody, any adult, children, just people, period, to get hurt or killed. They do all kind of stuff on Vaughn Drive when it comes to driving. So I'm just asking, is there any way that you all would get some speed bumps? Really, we need speed bumps, really, the whole area. It's just one great big circle. Birdwood, Homewood, Ivy Lane, Hunts Drive.
Yes.
And we really need them speed bumps. People
Okay.
be out there in the neighborhood, they jog, they walk. They have their little kids with, on the bicycle. And the drivers out there, they don't respect nothing. I have seen them race out there a few times. They have somebody down at one end and somebody else on the other end down by the fire department. With these cell phones, you can make all kind of contact. When, when they see law enforcement, approaching. So could you all
Ms. Davis,
please approve some speed
when you came to, or reached out to our office, I wasn't aware that you'd already been through the process with Mr. Dollar.
I don't know if I told the lady that answered the phone, your
Yes.
assistant. Yes, because I think I still have that signature.
The signature. Well, we will revisit that. I was on Ivy Lane today, and I do know you have a problem over there. And I know it's been attempted before. And if you've got everyone to sign on your street except one, then that's half the battle right there.
Well, he told me, Justin Dollar, it wasn't enough signatures. And I'm the one that went round and got the signature on Vaughn Drive. Everybody signed that petition but one neighbor.
All right.
And I don't see where that would make a great difference for not to, be approved to get speed bumps.
Yes.
And there's another problem in the neighborhood. All them trenches, them deep trenches, you see all kind of snakes, all kind of rats and stuff, coming out of there. And plus, this time of year, it ain't nothing but a breeding place for mosquitoes.
Right.
And we would like to have that covered up too. There's some work need to be done in a lot of these neighborhoods. Not just my neighborhood, other neighborhoods too. And we really would like to see it. We're taxpayers and we really want to see it done.
All right, thank you, Ms. Davis. I see Alderwoman Irving is wanting to be recognized.
I just wanted to say, I've lived on Bond Drive for a number of years. And we experienced it then, it hadn't stopped.
No,
So it's
getting
been
worse.
repetitious, and you bag out your driveway, and most of them do on Bond Drive, they bag out because the driveways are toward their homes. And so, that was always an issue, speed,
Right.
high speed coming down there. And there was Hoods Lumber Company down at the very end, it was just became a raceway. I mean, even though
Yeah, when all
everyone
the
speaks.
loud trucks and stuff was
Right.
coming through there, well, the owner that saw me, he rerouted that.
Okay.
I had, a few conversations
Okay.
as far as the safety on Bond Drive, so they no longer coming through there.
That's
I
right.
think they are
That's awesome.
going around to what,
The back bridge.
Dave Levitt, or how it be pronounced.
On north of you. All right, thank you, Ms. Davis. I've got your information, I've got your phone number.
Yes, you gonna give us
And
a
so
speed bump?
we're gonna look into it. We're gonna look into it. Thank you.
I have a-
Alderman, back to you, Alderman
I have
Frazier.
another issue. The issue that I have, and I had to get with Mr. Dollar, Mr. Mayor, you had to get with him.
Yes.
On Concord, by the old railroad track, that street is caving in on both sides of the lane. They're sinking in. I have my constituents calling me, complaining about their vehicles falling off in the hole when they go across the hump. So they're gonna have to be addressed as soon as possible, because like I say, a lot of these people driving these high-dollar cars, they're not happy about it, so that needs to be addressed. Now, last but not least, let me address this. I just want to simply say to all these texters, Facebooks, let me explain something to y'all about public safety and what's going on. Me, myself, I was in law enforcement, and I have to keep it 32 years. I was shot at, I've been shot at, and no one is more dedicated to public safety than me. And my interest was not to degrade the police department or no other department. My interest was in concern about the amount of money that was being paid to supervisors, not patrolmen, or not people on the street. I'm talking about these department heads that was getting the $60,000 in overtime. That was my concern, that was my complaint. Not about public safety, not about these other people that work in fire, police, public works, none of those people. Because I think all these people do an excellent job. My concern was, like I stated, was the people that in these high echelon making all of this money on pretense of overtime. That was just my concern, not public safety. Like I say, public safety always gonna be my number one issue, gonna always will be. And my love, and I can tell you, and everybody know this, that's in the community that know me, that I always did. I love the Natchez Police Department and still love the Natchez Police Department and will be forever committed and working with the police department. Now, like I say, me and the chief might have some issues, but I would tell him or anybody else, and anybody on this board, hey, when it comes to the police department, I'm on board with it. And I love it. Like I said, I love these police officers. We got a lot of young officers that need training. We got a lot of people that came over from the sheriff department. There's a difference in the sheriff department and the police department, and it's ran different. So these department heads, they got to learn how the police department operate, not how the sheriff department operate. That's what I'm just simply saying. This is a new ball game for them. There's no one individual over there that ever worked for the police department, and that's a sergeant, and she's a lady. No one else has ever worked for the police department that's in these supervisor capacity. They come from the sheriff department. And you can tell any former police officer, anybody that you know on the street that's been in the Natchez Police Department, it's a different ball game. But like I say, it's all about public safety. And I'm gonna say this for myself, Ms. Hall, and the other aldermen, and even in agreement. We all are on board for public safety. Oh, I don't want you to get out there, people's on Facebook. You can blast me, because I really don't care about you blasting me. But the rest of these people, they like say on board with public safety. Whatever you can say about Alderman Frazier, I really don't care, because I know what I did for the community, and I'm gonna keep on doing for the community. As an alderman, as a former police officer, I'm working for the citizens of Natchez. You might not like the way I operate, but each and every individual on this board got their own way of doing things, their own way of thinking, and their own way of voting. And I'm gonna say this, let's respect each other. So Peter, you can write that, talk about anything you want, but we as a board, we all are committed to public safety. So don't get that twisted. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Alderwoman Smith?
I really don't have anything major on my report, I just sometimes feel like we need a reminder that our department heads are here to answer questions anytime for us, and they are making very smart, good decisions. We're not supposed to get in between the employees and the department heads. That's not our job. When they come to us and do that, that's not our job. We have procedures, we have a handbook, there are ways to do it, and it's just a dangerous little thing when this happens. So anyway, that's it, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. We now will go to you, Alderwoman Irving.
Thank you. I'm going to begin with the Monteville Jubilee that had taken place this past Saturday. It was such a, beginning with our gospel hour at Macedonia Baptist Church, it was such a high-spirited event, you all. Everyone there said they felt something move within their spirit and was high and spirited as well. I want to thank you, Alderwoman Hall, for attending, Mayor, for you attending. One of the reporters has called me twice and just to discuss the gospel hour. It was just that powerful in there. It really, really was. And in the entire day was such a success. So I thank all the sponsors who gave to the Jubilee so that we could have a successful day. I want to thank each one of those donors that donated money to the Monteville Jubilee. It's truly an undeniably invaluable community event. It really is. It brings a lot of good camaraderie, unite people, and provide resources to those that are in need of. We had over approximately, I would say about 300 people out on Saturday. It was really a good event, really a good event. I want to thank the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, Chief. They were on their feet, walking and doing foot patrol around the entire community, and we're grateful for that. We had a very smooth day, very smooth day. I also want to say that we added Mr. Alvin Shelby to our gospel hour. He was one of the profound founders of the Monteville Jubilee along with Mr. Amos Polk, and it was so amazing. You're part of that community. Mr. Amos Polk's siblings were there. I mean, even from out of state. There were three generations of family members there representing him on Saturday. So it was as if he was right there in the building with us as well. And so it was very, very heartening, but in such a positive way. So I'm grateful for that. And we're looking forward to 37 years now. So moving on, I want to share that the NAAC in Ward 4, St. Catherine Street Area Neighborhood Watch Meeting will be on Monday, August 3rd, 2026 at Shiloh Baptist Church at 6 p.m. Now, Chief, I know this is week coming come May. I will get in contact with you. I'm not sure if we are, and public safety is something we always want to address. So I will say, but yours is 11th. And so we will probably be reaching out again. And if you're not available, I share with them that you provided stats to us. That was a great thing, but they're going in a little more detailed information. But thank you for all that you do, because we did have a neighborhood watch meeting last Monday. And it was truly a success, a good turnout. You provided great information. You were given their concerns to address. And so we'll be looking forward to you coming back with that. But we thank you. And we have seen a difference in the presence of officers that has been shared with me with those apartment complex managers. So thank you. And Mr. Mayor, that ends my report. And I want to say this because each time I'm mentioning this, we are approaching our budget season, and we're just needing to have information for us looking at now. Here we are adopting a budget come October 15th.
October 1.
Well, October 1, right. It goes in effect the 15th. Thank you, Mayor. And so, and it's August, and we haven't gotten anything. We need paperwork.
It's about to be August. I've been talking to the city clerk. She has gotten a lot of information she was waiting on this past week. We should be able to have those meetings, Alderwoman, starting first meeting.
And I want to say, school begins for me tomorrow. And so
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we will schedule these meetings where, you know, it would afford me the ability to get here, and have our information in our hand beforehand. I have requested a calendar, so we would know in advance when those meetings would be. And that's so important too.
I believe, understanding what you told me, Madam Clerk, about the process and how you're you're about to be there where we'll have some data to look at and discuss, that we could start. I would like to suggest that these meetings be conducted an hour before a regular meeting, starting with the first meeting in August. And that means we would have that Finance Committee of the whole at 10 a.m. at the first meeting in August.
Okay.
And at 5 p.m. at the second meeting in August.
Okay.
And then if we determine that some special call meetings are needed at that point, we can have those.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, well, that ends my report.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman Irving. And Alderwoman Irving, I've got to say, I was just so grateful to be there, even though I had to leave early because of funerals that I had to attend. You put so much into that every year, and it means so much to the community. And you were always so kind to invite me to give a welcome.
And you should be the one to welcome me.
And you always treat me with such kindness. And at those events, I just have really grown to love them. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely, thank you. It's much needed, and I would like to say this, Mayor. Other neighborhoods, Morgantown had theirs for the 4th of July. We need that. We need people uniting, coming together with a common ground. Providence have theirs. You know, we need more neighborhood events like that, so that's a
And your
great
theme
thing.
was unity on purpose.
Unity in purpose.
Unity in purpose?
Yes,
Well, I
yes.
kind of took it the other way.
That's okay. You
Unity
did a
on
great
purpose.
job.
We have to be purposeful about unity. We have to put in the work. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Alderman Davis texted me just to let everyone know that he was ill. And that's why he had to leave. And I do pray that he will get to feeling better soon. Alderman Maroney?
I want to start off congratulating Felicia for the Minorville Jubilee. I work on a lot of events and festivals like that, and it's a lot of work. It's very rewarding when it comes off and everything works, and everybody's there and has a great time. So congratulations
Thank you,
on
thank you,
another
thank
good
you.
event.
Thank you.
That's a long track record. That's a lot of festivals.
It is,
Yeah.
and if I may just say one other thing, we had books that were donated to us, we donated out to the kids, and the school supplies, I mean, it was just a well-rounded day. Health and wellness, they were there all day, and people came and utilized that. We got voter registration, there were children registered for MAP, you know, their program. It was it was overall a successful day. Yes.
Festivals and parties are a big part of what makes Natchez a special place. We
It
do
is.
it, we
It
do
is. I
it
agree.
well, we do it often, and it makes life in Natchez enjoyable. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Continue that work. It's good stuff. Ms. Davis, I feel your pain on the speed bumps. We've got a number of places around town that we've been working on trying to get some stuff done. We have a city ordinance that kind of defines what qualifies for speed bumps and what doesn't. One of the things I discovered in our most recent attempt to get some speed bumps up on Duncan Avenue was the traffic count has to be at a certain level. There have to be a certain number of vehicles that go through an area through the course of a week. That's one of the things I didn't know about. I'm going to look into that ordinance a little more in depth and see what it takes, because quite honestly, there are some places in town where we need some speed bumps, and all the residents of those areas want those speed bumps, and quite frankly, people just drive like lunatics these days, and so I agree with you, and I think maybe there's some places where we need to be able to put some out there to get control of some folks. So, anyway, Natchez Neighborhood Watch, we've got another neighborhood watch, apart from the one on the 2nd. There's gonna be one at Parkway Baptist Church on Tuesday, August 11th at 6 in the evening. Everyone is welcome from any part of town. It kind of started as a Ward 6 thing, but it's expanded, and we get folks from all over town. Chief Best, I think, is gonna be there. Travis Patton is gonna be there. Robert Arrington from the fire department is going to be there. I'll be there. I'm sure that we'll have some other folks be there as well. It's a great time to come and talk to city officials and ask questions of our people. And the focus on this one is going to be public safety. So that's why all those folks are going to be there. So I encourage anyone to come out. Parkway Baptist Church, Tuesday the 11th at 6 p.m. All are welcome. That's it for me.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you, Alderman Maroney. We will now go to the next item on our agenda. Madam Clerk, you're recognized.
All right, thank you. First item I have is a request for approval of the 2nd July claims docket.
So move.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion? The question, Alderwoman Irving, you have some questions?
No, I just noticed that, and it's not a question, it's just a comment. Most times they're not turning their, and I'm speaking of our contractors, they're not turning their invoices in because we don't have any here. I just noticed that. So that's why it's so heavy on the first docket of the month.
Right, it's all in timing and what departments, what invoices the departments turn
Okay.
in.
I just noticed that here and I'm like, okay, now I see
You're
why we got the two that there. Okay, all right.
You're right.
Thank you.
We'll call for the question.
Oh,
We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Final item is a request for approval for Alderman Frazier and Alderwoman Irving to travel to Tunica, Mississippi for a conference on August 6th through the 8th, and I would need to defer to one of them to maybe provide further details as to which conference this was. I wasn't provided with all of the details.
Okay.
Alderwoman Irving.
This is the Mississippi Tunica Policy Conference that take place annually every year. We've been before to the policy. Everyone on the board is invited to attend. But it is one that Congressman Thompson sponsors, and it's the Mississippi Tunica Policy Conference.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded? Seconded. It has been seconded by Alderman Frazier. Discussion?
I will
Yes,
say
Alderwoman
this,
Irving.
there are so many changes, you all, that is taking place within our state, within on federal level. And here we are going to hear those from federal delegation, as well as the state delegation there. It's training provided for each alderperson or mayor or everyone. There's no specific person that attends, but I truly want to be a part. I haven't been in the last 2 years, but 3 years I have not been. And so this year I wanted to go because, again, there are new laws that have changed. We know what come in with, and this would help us with our budget. All this kind of information are retained there as well.
And Alderwoman Irving, I will say I am always grateful to see us get better informed
Yes.
of things that are going on and how we can put that to use for our citizens.
Absolutely.
We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Mr. Attorney, do you have a report?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. My report, I'm not actually going to ask for any action tonight because it's been a long night and we still have an executive session. But I will say this. First of all, there is a resolution that we are going to want you to support, which will do something that we have done before, and it is to apply for a grant from the Delta Regional Authority's Critical Infrastructure Fund, CIF, for improvements near Sergeant Prentice Drive north of Walmart. This is actually funding that will assist us in the new commercial project that we are working on to go in north of Walmart. It will be a new shopping center. We are actively working on that, and we want to again apply for this grant. We were not successful last year. We have gotten a lot closer to getting this project ready to move forward, and we're hopeful that we can be successful. Ms. Lynette Smith, who is with Southwest Mississippi Plain Development District, will be helping us with this, and she could not be here tonight, but we are going to bring this up very soon because timing is very important on this, and we are approaching some deadlines. The second thing is you have in your packet and also a document that, or at your desk, a document. This is all happening very fast. We have found that there is a safer alternative to the striping of Canal Street than what we have had for many years. This has been recommended by it first was recommended in a traffic study done by Burt Kirkendall a couple years back. It has now been recommended by our Director of Public Works, Justin Dollar, and also by our engineer, Brad Griffin with Volker. And it is to attempt to solve the problem that is age-old on Canal Street, where individuals going north and individuals coming south sometimes come head-to-head. Those who are in a left lane but attempting to go straight, and those who are in the left lane coming from the other way attempting to make a left turn. And for some, that has become very confusing, and with traffic, tourists, people who aren't familiar with Natchez, it has been determined that that can become a safety hazard.
Yeah.
Because someone in that left lane going straight could hit someone in the left lane the other way wanting to make a left turn.
Right.
And so it has been proposed that the traffic flow be changed where right-hand traffic continues in the right-hand lane all the way from D.A. Big Lane to Jefferson Street. And that is the area where we have been over many years directing individuals into a left lane to continue straight. And that's very confusing. And so the recommendation is that individuals will just remain in the right lane and go straight. If they come to a light, they can make a right on red. If they come behind someone who's going straight, they just have to wait their turn. And then we'll still have left lanes for those who are making left turns, because that's something we have all over town. It's a given that you can get in the left lane and make a left turn at a light. We are hoping to have a draft drawing for you to look at in the next couple days, and then be able to embark upon this new strategy very soon. And timing is of essence because we are nearing the end of the repairs that were made by the contractor to Canal Street, and we're then going to have to restripe, and at the time of restriping, we won't be able to do it properly. And so all of the information, the contract with the consultant, who is actually Burt Kirkendall, consultant, a professional, has to actually draft the plan that the contractor will go by in painting the stripes, in order to make sure that everything, the measurements, all are correct and in keeping with federal law and traffic safety standards. So we will very likely have to call a special meeting on this very soon, and we'll do our best to work around your schedule on that. And the next thing, miscellaneous updates, I do just have to say this. My heart has been very heavy for the passing of Don Gordon, who was a pillar of this community. And I would like for us, when we adjourn tonight, to adjourn in memory of Don Gordon, the barber of Natchez, and to have a moment of silence for him.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Alderman.
May we add Ms. Dorothy Hughes?
Well, I was about to say that. I attended both funerals Saturday, and I will tell you, it was a spiritual experience attending both funerals back to back, because they both were beloved individuals who truly loved everyone they met and exemplified Christly love, as we all are commanded to
I would
do.
like to add Sister Eileen Davis, my seminary directress, who died at 99 years of age.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, let's please add Ms. Davis.
Sister Eileen.
Sister Eileen Davis to the list.
Okay.
99 years. So we'll certainly have that in the minutes when we adjourn tonight. With that said, I would like to entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
One more
Alderwoman
thing
Murphy.
to add to your report, and you can share it.
Sure.
Mrs. Hill's sister, Miss Daisy Newman.
Daisy Newman.
Does anyone have that invitation that was
We
sent?
will be there
Will you announce
Thursday.
it to the public?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
There is a special dedication to name the
Alternatives.
auditorium at the alternative school. Or is it the alternative school itself?
Alternative school.
Alternative school itself on Linda Lee Drive, in memory of and in honor of Daisy Newman, the great opera singer from Natchez, whose sister Dorothy Hills just passed away last week. And so
It's gonna be
the
at 11
public's
o'clock?
invited, and it is at 12 o'clock noon on this Thursday.
Okay.
And I will be there. I had a conflict, and I moved my calendar around
Great.
because I had to be
Just
there.
wanted the public to know
Thank
that we
you.
announced it here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, it has been expressed a need for us to have an executive session to discuss a personnel matter pertaining to the police department and to the municipal court within the police department. I would like to entertain a motion to go into a closed determination that we will have right here to discuss whether or not to hold an executive session. Motion
Second.
made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion, we'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. We are now in a closed determination, but we'll have it here in the open. It has been determined that we have personnel matters to discuss in both the police department and within the police department, specifically the municipal court. So with that said, do we have any discussion on that? Mr. Attorney, do those discussions meet the definition of the Open Meetings Act?
They do under Mississippi Code annotated 2541-7, the discussion of personnel matters relating to job performance, professional competence, physical health of a person holding the job is clearly an exception to the Open Meetings Act and appropriate for executive session.
All right, thank you so much. We will now entertain a motion to adjourn our closed determination and return to our open meeting. Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion, we'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. I'll now entertain a motion to go into executive session for the purposes so described. Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderman Frazier. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. At this time, our live feed will end. We will go into executive session. We will give a report when we come back from executive session. Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening.